Zuma and ANC headache, says analyst. The ANC has been accused of being inconsistent in decision-making. This comes after the party postponed its former President Jacob Zuma's disciplinary hearing due to what it called safety reasons. Political analyst Dr. Zuma said there are many factors that made the ANC indecisive, such as Zuma's standing in the party and the Phala Phala saga. Mbantwa said the party was not only suffering from indecisiveness, but inconsistency as well when it came to decision making. It is very difficult even for the society, and I think it is difficult for the general membership of the ANC to predict what the party will do in the future. This is because the party is changing every day. They take a decision today and change it tomorrow, Mbandwa says. On former President Zuma, there were so many different views from leaders of the party at a national level. You hear the Secretary General saying something else and the President saying something else as well. So it was very difficult for the people of the country. Mbandwa said such contradictions made it impossible for the people to understand what was the ANC's position at national level. When the party took the decision that they are not going to discipline the former president during this period, on preparation for the election, it was the third decision of the organization because initially it had said it will investigate the matter. Then take a decision after the elections, suddenly they indicate that they will discipline Zuma, and now that decision has changed again. Mbandwa said the issue of security was not just based on the buildings and the disciplinary committee members, adding that there was going a large number of people coming out in support of Zuma. During the party's media briefing yesterday, Secretary General Fikile Mbalula said the decision to postpone Zuma's disciplinary hearing was taken following a security assessment which found there was a potential for clashes between the party's supporters and those of the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, MKP. Mbalula said he could not disclose who conducted the security assessment. He said what was of concern was the safety of both the ANC and MKP supporters. We do not want something that happened in the past, like when the DA came here and then there was violence. It was minimal and this one can be big, so we have to stop it. Besides, the ANC disciplinary processes are internal processes, Mbalula said. The ANC suspended Zuma in January this year for bringing it into disrepute after the announcement that he would be campaigning and voting for the NPK. Zuma was served with a disciplinary hearing notice last Thursday. On the other hand, SAPS is ready to uphold public order during elections. National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola says the ASPS is ready to safeguard and maintain public order during the elections. Masemola, who was addressing religious and political leaders at the Grace Bible Church in Soweto yesterday, said they had done enough preparation to ensure the safety of South Africans as the country headed into the elections. He was speaking during the National Day of Prayer, which united various religious and political leaders ahead of the May 29th elections. We have done a lot of preparations. The police and we are well aware of our obligations. In terms of the Constitution, we must investigate and prevent crime and ensure public order. It also says we must uphold the law. We will be doing exactly that, Masemola said. The Electoral Commission of SA, IEC, led by Chairperson Mosoto Mwepia, participated in the prayer session. Moipia said the commission improved its processes to ensure a successful election. Shortly after the election in 2019, the IEC did a debriefing session. We looked at everything that went well in the elections and those things that did not go well. We looked at what it is that did not go well and that led, amongst others, to legislation being taken to Parliament. Shortly after we had done so, a case that will be a defining case in this election went to the Constitutional Court and introduced independent candidates, and that piece of legislation was finally cast last year, he said. The South African Council of Churches, SAPS, said the day was meant to ensure that political parties participating in the elections observed a culture and tolerance and positive outcomes in the elections. Its acting General Secretary, Reverend Mzwandile Molo, said all the parties had committed themselves to ensuring free and fair elections. We as the country adopted this constitution in order to heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based on democratic values of this country. As the voice of the church in South Africa, we must embody humility and insist that those who will lead us must have humility to put the people of our country ahead of their own partisan interests, Molo said. Ahead of the event, Molo indicated the SACC was prepared to work with all stakeholders to ensure that the elections were as free and fair as possible in order to ensure that the commitment made by the Commission was fulfilled. The South Africa Council of Churches, from a long time ago, even during the 1994 elections, was committed itself to working very hard in making sure that our elections are done in a peaceful, non-intimidatory, and very committed spirit of working together as a nation. So, if there is anybody who incites violence, that person needs all of us to ask them to refrain from that, because the scars of violence that is caused by politics are too deep and they have not healed right now. We all want to make sure that we do not remind ourselves of the violence of the past, Molo said. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.